I'm going to present a new series to you. This series is named Jade Dynasty. It has just been released. It is becoming very famous, and you will definitely like it. So at the start of the episode, we see Zhang Xiaofan and Lin Jingyu. We are shown two children fighting each other. They both live in the village and are fighting because Zhang Xiaofan has lost 97 times, and this is the 98th time. He wants to win. Lin Jingyu defeats him easily every time, but Zhang Xiaofan still refuses to give up. Even after losing repeatedly, he challenges him to a match again. Seeing their fight, all the surrounding children start laughing. While fighting, they end up at a temple, and there too, everyone starts laughing at Zhang Xiaofan because he cannot even walk properly due to exhaustion. But he was still challenging Lin Jingyu. They start fighting again, and Lin Jingyu was taking this fight as a joke, but suddenly he gets very angry. He strikes with his hand in a rage. He attacks Zhang Xiaofan, grabbing his neck. He begins to strangle him with force and asks him, "Will you still not give up your stubbornness?" When Xiaofan refuses, he is about to kill him when suddenly the temple's monk arrives and stops him. Lin suddenly comes to his senses. He is shocked at what he was doing to his friend. The monk scolds him and says, "If I hadn't come, you would have killed him." Lin then takes Xiaofan away from there. Now Xiaofan goes to his home, and his mother tells him to take his father along. But Xiaofan starts going alone. He is taking food to the monk at the temple. Now the monk, who is sitting in the temple, looks at the sky. He senses an ominous event approaching and immediately goes outside. Meanwhile, as Xiaofan was coming towards the temple, a black shadow approaches him. The monk notices the shadow and runs forward to strike it, saving Xiaofan. Scolding the shadow, the monk says, "Who are you, demon? Making a child your prey?" When that shadow starts attacking the monk uses his power. He attacks the shadow. The monk is an expert in martial arts. The shadow man reveals his true form, and a combat fight ensues. The fight begins, and the monk is defeating him easily. That man then uses his powers, and since he possesses evil powers, the monk looks at him angrily and says, "How dare you practice this evil?" The monk then uses his iconic power to attack him. The man summons dark powers to attack him back. Their powers collide with each other, in which the monk appears to be weakening. Then the man steps forward and strikes the monk with a forceful blow, saying, "Give that thing to me, or I will kill you." The monk says, "I should have understood earlier that you were after this." The evil man summons his power again and moves forward to put the monk to death. But just then, the monk stands up and creates his Buddha formation. He creates the formation and releases all the golden script towards the evil man, and the power that the evil man had just summoned dissipates. The evil man climbs onto the roof of a house. He draws his sword and chants an incantation on it. Lightning begins to emerge from it. The monk is shocked to see this kind of power and falls into thought. Is this the power of Taoism? He then attacks the monk with his sword. Then the monk also creates his formation, and so much energy radiates from his formation that the previous lightning energy fades before it, and this energy throws the man far away. Xiaofan was watching all of this. The evil man runs away immediately out of fear, but as he leaves, he says, "I will definitely return." The monk was also so injured from this fight that blood started flowing from his mouth. Lin and Xiaofan also fainted from the energy of their battle. The monk sits them by a tree. He says, "If these two boys had fallen into the shadow's hands, I don't know what would have happened. My long-held desire to combine Buddhism and Taoism. In practice, I want it to be fulfilled as soon as possible." He then remembers his God, but suddenly he looks at his hand. He sees the shadow's poison and realizes that by the third day, he will die. He checks Xiaofan's pulse and tries to heal him. He says, "Do not worry about your friend. Your friend will be fine too, and you will wake up in the morning." He then asks him, "A storm is coming nearby, so what are you doing here so late at night?" To which Xiao Fan replies, I brought food for you. Hearing this, the monk becomes happy and says, now I understand this is all the will of Buddha. It was written in destiny that this would happen. He then tells him, there's a set of spiritual practices. Anyone can learn it. Would you like to learn it? Xiao Fan had never heard of spiritual practices before. So he asks, what is spiritual practice after all? The monk explains, it is a breathing technique. You can become strong. Hearing this, Xiao Fan gets happy, but the monk says, but you must make me a promise. What I will teach you, you must never tell anyone about it, not even those closest to you. Can you do this? Xiao Fan says, I understand. Then the monk says, you only take 1 break a day, and you must never practice in front of anyone else. You must only practice at night. Can you do this? And the most important thing, until is a question of life and death. You must never use this skill. The monk then tells him, I only have 3 days left before I die. If your life is ever in danger, go to a man named Yunalon for help, and tell him that Puji sent you from Tianyin Temple to find him. He then gives him a bead and says, you must protect this. When you're settled, find a deep valley and throw it in there. Xiao Fan had many questions in his mind, but the monk asks him in a loud voice, did you understand? And the names I just told you, never mention these names to anyone else. Now the monk says sadly, I don't know if we will ever meet again. He then calls him son and says, call me master, so that our relationship can be established. Xiao Fan gets on his knees to greet him and calls him master, and then follows behind him. Then the next morning, Lin opens his eyes and sees Xiao Fan sleeping beside him. He wakes him up, and as soon as Xiao Fan wakes up, he says, Master Shifu. Lin says, who? Master Shifu? What are you saying, and what is going on here? They both then start walking towards the village, but there was only destruction everywhere. Seeing this, both of them become very worried. Lin sees his second uncle, who is very frightened. He was so scared that when Lin goes to him, he mistakes Lin for a ghost and starts running away. Xiao Fan, getting tense, runs towards his house. He sees many corpses on the way. He then looks at his house, and what he sees there leaves him completely shocked. After which, the episode ends right here.